everyone. Welcome back. I'm Dr. T, and this is the Mental Wealth Tree. They say money don't grow on trees, and they might be right, but mental wealth does. Here, we are a gathering place for people who want to ask provocative and inspiring questions in order to experience more happiness, fulfillment, joy, and satisfaction in their lives. We are in the Christmas season, and there's a lot of talk about getting in the Christmas spirit. But I have a question for you. Are you searching for a Christmas spirit, or is the spirit of Christmas searching for you? And what do I mean by that? I mean that we have this concept of Christmas spirit based on how bright our lights are, how jingly our bells are, how sparkly our decorations are, how gorgeous and elegant our Christmas trees are. And all of those things are part of how we celebrate in this season. But do those things actually equate to the true spirit of Christmas? And how do we embrace that spirit long after one day out of the year that we decide to celebrate? So I have 4 attributes of the Christmas spirit that I want to introduce to you today. Now, a lot of times we get these Christmas cards with pictures of Christmas scenery, and it's snow outside, and there's a little bit of snow on pine trees, and then there's a window, and then there's a comfortable little cozy scene, and there's like this big stuffed oversized chair, and there's a blanket on the arm, and then there's a nice little orange fire crackling in the fireplace, and there might be some of that little green stuff that they put on the hearth, and there might be some stockings hanging from the mantle, and we identify coziness as one of the main sort of pleasures or joys of the Christmas season. Baby, it's cold outside. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow, right? So we want to embrace this feeling of coziness and comfort. But may I suggest that while that may be part of Christmas time and a Christmas mood, the true Christmas spirit is not necessarily about embracing comfort. Comfort zones keep you zoned out of fresh breath. Inhaling ozone layers of caustic concepts, skeptic precepts cloud your views. Ingesting fake news, gummy chews. Now you barely choose the destiny. Can't catch your drift. Create a rift from the typical. Realize the mythical. Instead, hype the hypocritical. Say you're awakening while hitting snooze. So busy beating the blues, can't collect context clues that prove comfort is the monster under your bed who gaslights dreams into playing dead. So escape the throes of pillows and throws. Throw off the plush bedclothes. Leave the ranch, find the vine, be his branch, abide in the radical rest of your zone of genius. So comfort and the comfort zone and being cozy, while they may present a picture that seems very appealing and very alluring, there is something deceptive and destructive about craving the comfort zone, about craving the coziness of external calm and not agitating, not aggravating. Just, oh, I just want to relax and just be comfortable in my life. But is that really what the spirit of Christmas is all about? And if we think about the Christmas story and where the Christ child, who is the star of this story, was born, there were not a lot of creature comforts available to this baby and his mother and father. They had to travel far and long. And once they got to their destination, they found that there was no room in the inn. There was no comfortable place for them to rest. But instead of getting distressed, they embraced this kind of wilderness type experience where I don't know quite where I am and I don't know where this story is going to take me, but I have to rest and trust that in the midst of this uncomfortable situation, there is activity behind the scenes that is going to turn this scene into something miraculous. So here they are outside in a barn. The baby is being born in a stable and they lay the baby in a pig slop container. So tell me, where's the comfort? And I'm sure that Mary, while she was pregnant, didn't have one of these glam baby showers with cupcake towers and she's sitting on the throne in her sequin dress and her beat face. And I promise I'm not throwing shade, because I think it's beautiful and wonderful to celebrate new life in extravagant ways. But what I am saying is that in this case, the comfort of being able to celebrate and announce and parade the joy of the new life was not available to Mary, because she wasn't supposed to be pregnant in the first place. Everybody was giving her the side eye, like, what you doing? That's kind of suspect. So where was the comfort for her in the Christmas season? I will tell you where the comfort was for her. It was in the A, B, C, D of the Christmas spirit. So the A is that Mary and Joseph accepted the circumstances as they were. She became someone who decided to accept whatever she was going through with joy, because she knew that joy was awaiting her in the morning in the miracle of what was taking place in her life, even though at the time the shame and the scorn and the manger scene did not really seem to be offering opportunity for joy. But Mary and Joseph accepted. This is where we are right now. And I encourage you during this Christmas season, if you really want to embrace the spirit of Christmas, embrace acceptance. Maybe things are not all that you desire for them to be, but accept it knowing that there's always purpose in pain, that there is beauty being created out of ashes, and that there will be joy in the morning. Next, behold the beauty. So as the Christ child was born, people traveled to behold him. And there was beauty being looked upon and enjoyed, even though the surroundings of the barnyard did not suggest beauty. So they went a step further beyond just accepting things as they were and not trying to pretend that they were in a different space or a different life experience. They decided to behold the beauty of something that didn't necessarily seem beautiful at the time, because they understood that the eyes of the beholder determine the beauty. And so instead of looking at things only with their natural eyes, they decided to look through the eyes of faith. And when you're looking at difficulty, when you're looking at challenge, when you're looking at struggle through the eyes of faith, you can see beauty even in barrenness, even in barnyard experiences. So accept, behold, and then connect. So I often wonder why Mary and Joseph didn't start bickering and arguing and going back and forth. Well, if you wouldn't have never made us travel all this way, you should have called ahead of time to see if they had any hotel reservations, and I'm 9 months pregnant and about to have this baby, and you got me out here in the barnyard. And Joseph didn't say to Mary, hey, I wish you would stop all this moaning and groaning. I know you're pregnant, but I'm trying to figure this thing out, and I need you to be quiet and stop groaning. Why don't you walk a little faster? We got a long way to go. They joined, they united, they connected with one another. And they said, we're in this together. We're going to go through this experience within a community. And then other people started to come, the wise men and the shepherds. They came and connected with Mary and Joseph. And Mary and Joseph didn't say, we can't have anybody come visit us because we're in the barnyard and we don't want them to see us in this situation like this. No, they welcomed these people in to share in this experience with them. And I encourage you to do the same. Don't give in to the temptation to withdraw into yourself, to say, I don't feel like being bothered with people. I don't feel like talking to nobody. I'm tired of all of this holiday stuff and I just want to be by myself. Your body needs connection. Your nervous system is wired for connection, and connection can heal some of the emotional distress that you're experiencing. And the spirit of Christmas is all about God deciding to come down as a man so that he could increase the connection between the divine and the human. That is the whole point. That is what the Christmas spirit is truly about, is connection. And finally, I encourage you to embrace disruption as you search for, as you are searched for by the spirit of Christmas. Because this baby that was born, he grew up to be a man who was radical. He was a disruptor. He came to resist the status quo. He came to shut down the norms of society in his day. He came to revolutionize the way that people think and operate, and they didn't like it. They did not like what he was doing because he was making people uncomfortable with his radical viewpoints. And what were some of those radical viewpoints? He loved the unlovable. He loved the unlovable. There were people who were condemned, and this Christ was always trying to see how can we uplift and empower those who society says that we are not supposed to uphold and empower. How can we get away from hate and love even those who society has deemed unlovable? That's what the Christmas spirit is about. Forgiving the unforgivable. The Christmas spirit is so disruptive because as human beings, we get in our mind where there's just some things that you can't never forgive nobody for. And once they do this, then I'm done with them. And they can't never come around me no more because I'm just through with them. I'm so sick and tired of them messing up. They done said they was going to change and they still at it. And I just don't know if I can deal with them keep messing up over and over again. But the Christmas spirit says, forgive 70 times 7 and more. And the Christmas spirit is about being asked to do the impossible and stepping out on faith and doing what you feel is impossible to do. Because how disruptive of a concept is that? How disruptive is it to say, I'm going to raise up the dead. I'm going to turn water into wine. I'm going to walk on water. And you are someone who has access to that type of power to do the impossible. The Christmas spirit is about being disruptive and believing that the impossible is possible. Even doing things that we are commanded to do that we can't do in our own strength, like loving the unlovable and forgiving the unforgivable. So, this may not sound so cozy like the picture that I described at the beginning of this conversation, but I want to encourage you to accept, to behold, to connect, and to disrupt. These are attributes of the Christmas spirit. And after December 25th has come and gone, I still want you to be walking in these ABCDs of the Christmas spirit every single day. This is mental wealth. Thank you, and I will see you again real soon.